So after the other video, I realized that I didn't include some rule of thumbs ideas. And I'm going to show you how we can still use that zero point 0.7 cubic feet per minute consumption rate. That's kind of on the higher average of consumption, but it's probably appropriate for a newer diver as you start leading dives, and give you some rules of thumb because we know this works. So if we use the CAP formula at 0.7 for a dive that's 60 feet or shallower, let's go through the math real quick and we'll talk about the ascent. So set 0.7 cubic feet per minute. We have 2.5 ATA, that's the average ascent. In this case, it's a little different because now we're making a safety stop. So we're going to take 60 where we start our ascent, and we're going to go 15 because we're going to spend some time at 15, 3 minutes. And we have to somehow calculate for the consumption of that whole ascent. So now our average ascent depth changes. Instead of it being 30 feet, so we're going to spend more time down there because we're stopping. We're going to take 60. We're going to add it to 15, and we get 75. Then we're going to divide that by 2, and we get 37.5 as our average ascent depth in atmospheres absolute. So now we can use that number to calculate our consumption. And our ascent now is 5 minutes. Let me make a quick change here. Forgive me, bad math. So our average ascent is 5 minutes. That's 2 minutes for the actual ascending and 3 minutes for the actual stopping. So it's 5 minutes. So now 0.7 times the average ascent, which is at depth, which is 2.13, times 5 equals 7.45 cubic feet. In an aluminum 80, using the 2.5 tank factor we talked about earlier, that works out to 298 psi, which is 800 psi when you add it to your reserve. Meaning that this strategy works, we established earlier, for 2 people from 60 feet, sharing air without stopping, min gas is 800, and at the same consumption rate, with stopping for 3 minutes at 15 feet for your safety stop, you work out the same number. So really, really good number to start planning your dives that will take kind of an average consumption rate. And if you're leading dives or you yourself are a new diver and don't know what exactly your consumption rate is, 800 works in this scenario for dives shallower than 60 feet. If we follow the same concept as we were doing before, and we look at dives between 66 feet and 100 feet, using 100 as a max to make sure we're conservative, same 0.7 consumption of cubic feet per minute. Let's look at that and adding a 3-minute safety stop at 15 feet. So 0.7, 2.5 ATA is the average ascent depth. So 100 plus 15 divided by 2, 57, divided by 33 plus 1, 2.75 average ascent depth in atmospheres. Time of ascent is 6 minutes and 20 seconds. That's descent plus 3 minutes. So 0.7 times 2.75 times 6.33, which is 20 seconds in incrementals, you get 12 cubic feet in an aluminum 80. So that's what you would need for yourself at 0.7 consumption to reach the surface, which is 487 psis. We're going to add that to the reserve. You're at 1,000. So in the earlier example where we got more conservative because of the 2 people breathing, we're at 1,100 psi. So in both cases, you have enough gas to get yourself stopping for a 3-minute safety stop, or you and your dive buddy sharing air to the surface without stopping the safety stop is enough gas set aside for your ascent to then be able to use that to remove from your full gas load or supplies, better put, and then be able to employ one of the 3 gas strategies to know how much usable gas you have for the dive. If you have any questions, put it in the comments. I'll answer them the best I can. Or if you're part of the dive guide class, stick them in the chat and we'll clarify. Safe diving.